video content. In this video, we are going to see changes in the fetal circulation occurs after the birth. So, don't forget to subscribe our channel for latest videos.
I have already explained fetal circulation in the previous video, but before going to the changes occur in fetal circulation after birth, I shortly explain fetal circulation. Blood enters placenta through uterine arteries given to the umbilical vein. Umbilical vein poured blood into the inferior vena cava through ductus venosus. In blood through inferior vena cava and superior vena cava enters into the right atrium and poured into the right ventricle. Blood from right ventricle pumped into the pulmonary artery, through which small amount of blood is given to the maturation and nutrition of lungs, and major amount of blood bypassed through the ductus arteriosus and poured into the aorta. Through right atrium, 1/3 amount of blood enters into the left atrium through the abnormal opening between right atrium and left atrium is called foramen ovale. Blood from pulmonary veins and blood through right atrium poured into left ventricle and is pumped into the aorta. It is supplied to the upper body parts, and then descending aorta is supplied to the lower body parts. So after birth, major anatomical changes occurs are ductus arteriosus converted into the ligamentum arteriosum after collapse. Foramen ovale converts to the fossa ovalis and remnant of foramen ovale. Ductus venosus is changed into ligamentum venosum after collapse. Umbilical vein after collapse turns into ligamentum teres. Umbilical artery is divided into two parts. Distal parts from the internal iliac arteries get converted into lateral umbilical arteries, and proximal part remains superior vesical arteries and supplied to the bladder and surrounding parts. So, what actually happens after the birth? When birth occurs and respiration starts, firstly, the closure of umbilical arteries occurs. The functional closure of umbilical arteries is immediate, and anatomical closure takes 2 to 3 months for complete closure. As I said, the distal part converted into ligamentum umbilical, lateral umbilical ligament, and proximal part converted into and superior vesical arteries, which remains open, not get collapsed. Umbilical arteries functionally closed to avoid small amount of blood, to avoid draining of small amount of blood from it. Then second is closure of umbilical vein. Obliteration occurs a little later than arteries. Arteries gets obliterated before the veins. Late obliteration allows the flow of blood to the fetus. Ductus venosus collapse. Ductus venosus here gets collapsed and converted into ligamentum venosum. Venous pressure of inferior vena cava decreased because the blood flow gets stopped. So blood pressure from the left inferior vena cava get decreased, and so ultimately blood pressure from the right atrium also get decreased. After obliteration, umbilical vein converted into ligamentum teres. Third is closure of ductus arteriosus here. Ductus arteriosus after closure gets ligamentum arteriosum. As we can see, if this area, if we close it, the maximum amount of blood goes to the lungs through the pulmonary artery for oxygenation. Before birth, only small amount of blood goes through lungs for their maturation, but after birth, all the amount of blood going to the lungs for the oxygenation. Functional closure occurs soon after the establishment of pulmonary circulation and respiration. Anatomical obliteration takes 1 to 3 months. As like closure of anatomical closure of arteries, it also takes 1 to 3 months for its anatomical closure. Next, there is a closure of foramen ovale. This abnormal opening between right atrium and the left atrium turns into the fossa ovalis. This is caused by an increased pressure of the left atrium. Maximum blood flow goes to the lungs, and that amount of blood enters into the left atrium through the pulmonary veins. Here 4 pulmonary veins enters into the left atrium, and as we see before that, inferior vena cava pressures also decreases. Ultimately right atrium blood pressure also decreases, and here due to the maximum blood flow, blood pressure increases in the left atrium, and it forced to close the abnormal opening between the two atriums. Functional closure soon after the birth. As like other closures, it also functional closure took place after the birth instantly, and anatomical closure occurs about 1 year. It takes maximum time to close anatomically, and it's called as fossa ovalis. So after birth, what changes occurs? Ductus venosus get collapsed and converted into ligamentum venosum. Umbilical vein after obliteration converted into ligamentum teres. Umbilical arteries after obliterations distal part converted into lateral umbilical ligament, and proximal part remains open and converted to superior vesical arteries, which supplied blood to the bladder and surrounding organs. Here ligamentum arteriosum, ductus arteriosus after obliteration become ligamentum arteriosum, and foramen ovale converted to fossa ovalis. Opening is closed. So that's all. If you have any problem in the video or in explanation, you can put your comments. Thank you for listening.